Disclaimer: knives, like all tools, can be used constructively or destructively. Always choose the path of least violence. Knives are not meant to be used as anything other than tools. So if you get into a situation where you might have to use a knife as a weapon, just try to get out of there. With that out of the way, a knife is only useful if you can find it. Now, most of the knives I know, or I have dark handles, so it might be a little hard to find them in a survival situation, but this little number from OZARK Trail would be pretty hard to miss. As you can see, it has a very bright orange, almost Day-Glo handle. Yeah, you'd have to be blind to miss this. And once you find it, you just clip it to your belt. That's nice. Now this knife is actually far different than the ones I've covered so far, thanks to this little doohickey right here. It's got knobs on both sides, and the reason it's so unusual is if I pull it with both fingers back, because it's spring-loaded, the blade is now completely loose. Yeah. So, if I flick my wrist, it can flip open all the way, or if I hold it down and simply tilt the handle, like so, it goes into the open position all by itself. Yeah, that's pretty special. If you look here, it's actively keeping the blade open, so it's very secure. Now, it's only as secure as the spring that's keeping it in place, so if that ever fails, the knife will be pretty much useless, but it's brand new, so hopefully that won't happen for a long time. As for the blade itself, it's pretty standard in terms of sharpness. It's small but not puny. It's fairly thin, but not so thin as to be useless. You could do small bits of carving, and while with the spotlight directly on it, it's shiny, it's not mirror polish. It's got a black blade, so you're not using it as a signal mirror. But this finish, I'm sure, will help keep it clean and such. Normally I don't go for blades like this, but the novelty of the spring catch was just too interesting to pass up. So, yeah. This little number is okay. It feels decent in the hand, although the pocket clip does get in the way sometimes. If you look here, it was made in China, so it might be quality, might not be quality. Depends on where in China it came from. Overall, I think OZARK Trail is fairly consistent with their blades. Someday I hope to test them in the wild, but for now, I would say this little number is worthy of being in anyone's pocket, and thanks to this little spring catch, there hopefully won't be any accidents. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, knives are tools, not toys. If you get into a situation where a knife might have to be used as a weapon, just try to get out of there. And OZARK Trail is in my humble opinion, the dominant force in terms of budget camping gear. Not just knives, but almost everything else. The only other place I can say is competing is Mossy Oak. So choose your gear accordingly. And always, always cut safely.